The thunderstorms that caused several tornadoes this past week here in Oklahoma serve as a reminder of several things that I think that we should do for our livestock operations before the storm hit, and then several things that we want to consider if we're one of the unlucky ones and have heavy wind or tornado actually go through our operation. First of all, before the storms hit, I think it's very important to keep an accurate, up-to-date inventory of our cattle, where they're located, so that we can be willing to show that record to a sale barn where if somebody else happens to find those cattle and take them into town, that we can prove that they actually belong to us, and may help if we have cattle insurance as well. After the storm is over, then there's a number of things we really need to keep in mind. Obviously, we've got a lot on our plate if we've had heavy wind damage on our operation, but one of the first things, of course, is to check all the fences, make sure they're in good repair, and they're cleared of any debris, so that as we gather our livestock back together, we know that they're in a secure place. We want to make sure that those pastures are clear of any dangerous debris. One of the things to watch for as you're walking out through the pasture is fiberglass insulation that may have come from a nearby roof. These can be something that cattle will ingest and cause some digestive problems for the livestock that do take them in. Other things that'll show up, of course, are plastic bags. That's another issue that sometimes cattle will ingest it, it doesn't digest very well, and actually cause some impaction in the lower intestinal tract. Watch for sharp objects that may cause foot damage to these livestock. Also, please be aware that if the fences broke down and cattle can get into areas where there are old vehicles, perhaps an old abandoned car or tractor, cattle are very curious and they're willing to go and lick on such things as old car batteries or perhaps some crankcase oil, either one of which could lead to some lead poisoning issue with these livestock. Certainly, we want you to think about preparing for the storm ahead of time with a good, accurate inventory and some of these issues that we need to take care of shortly afterwards. If you'd like to get a little more information, there's an excellent fact sheet that comes from our friends at Texas A&M. Just go to the SunUp website. That's sunup.okstate.edu, and we'll have a link there to a fact sheet by David Smith on preparing for and taking care of livestock after a very, very serious weather-related disaster event. We hope this is helpful to those folks that are affected by the weather, and we look forward to visiting with all of you again next week on SunUp's Cow-Calf Corner.